Hey guys, Soulord here, back again with another action figure review. Today we'll be taking a look at the Marvel Legends Spider-Man Retro Series Scarlett Spider, brought to us by the fine folks over at Hasbro. And it's been a while since we've dipped our toes into a Spider-Man Retro Series, hasn't it? When was the last one? Jeez, oh Pete's. Seems like forever ago. Almost 2 years? Has it been 2 years? I think it has. The last one I remember had Shocker and Symbiote / Black Costume Spidey, Ben Reilly, Spider-Man, is it Sensational Spider-Man? I don't remember, but it's the one that turns into Spider Carnage in the animated series, right? Then also I had that piece of shit Hobgoblin that we won't talk about. I actually don't have that figure, truth be told, but I do feel obligated to pick it up because it is the animated series colors, and well, it's not entirely accurate. I feel stupid not having it, so maybe someday, right? I think the last Spider-Man Retro Series figure we looked at was Kraven, and he was a Walmart exclusive. So, again, it's been a hot minute since we looked at some Spider-Man Retro Series goodness, but we are back with a vengeance. We got 3 of them on the docket. We got this guy, Jack-o'-lantern, and Tombstone coming at you over the course of the next couple days, because tomorrow is a Tuesday. I always do 2 for Tuesdays, so stay tuned for all of that. But before I get too far ahead of myself, why don't we cut to the chase and get into the meat and taters of this review and take a look-see at all Scarlett Spider has to offer in terms of accessories, before I start talking like Siri. Of course, he comes with a pair of thwip hands, as a Spider-Man figure should. Like that Insomniac Vidya game Spider-Man that only came with 1 thwip hand. What the fuck were they thinking of that? Then he also comes with a pair of wall-crawling hands, and unfortunately that is it. Some people are saying he should have come with some web effects. Last I checked, most of the Hasbro web effects suck big fat hairy donkey balls. So, no. I would have taken that Ben Reilly head from the older Scarlet Spider that came on the white kind of Avengers Marvel Universe retro card, because that's the only time that's ever been released. I think now would have been the perfect opportunity to do that, considering that head sculpt does fit on this body buck. This is the Renew Your Vows body buck, and it was packaged with the Renew Your Vows Spider-Man back when it debuted. So, you know, it would have been nice to get that head sculpt, but I guess it is what it is. You can always use a Johnny Storm head or a Steve Rogers head if it looks young enough, I guess, but it's not the same. So, taking a closer look at old Scarlet Spider here. He looks pretty cool. Looks like he stepped right out of the show. I like the shape of the eyes a lot better than the previous version, which I can't get to. Truth be told, it's freaking buried on my shelf, but I do like the shape of the eyes a lot better. I think the shape of the head overall is better than that previous one. He kind of looked like an alien. Somebody else I know. But we're going to keep that joke to ourselves. I know one person's going to get that. But either way, as far as articulation on this guy goes, it's the Renew Your Vows Spider-Man body. I've looked at it several times. I looked at it just freaking yesterday, actually, in that Daredevil 2-pack review. But I'll break it down quick for those of you who are newbies. So his head does rotate. It looks up. They got the cut in the back of the neck, which you don't need for a double ball peg to work. But if you're an incompetent monkey at Hasbro and don't know how to implement double ball pegs into the neck, then yeah, you probably would think you needed that. But you really don't. That said, he can look up. Okay, he looks up fine. He doesn't really look down for shit. It's weird. I don't know why, but there you go. He does have some tilt side to side. His shoulders can go out. He's got the butterfly joint, which is kind of hindered. But the, what is this, a jacket, a vest, hoodie, whatever you want to call it, does get out of your way. It's not too in the way in the first place, but what is in the way will move and flex and F off. He can rotate 360. He's got a bicep that rotates all the way around. That works just fine. Double jointed elbows that were a little stuck, okay? I knew they worked, and I don't think I had to heat them. There we go. Be careful how you push on some of these joints. You don't want to snip anything, but very stiff there. Very stiff there. There we go. There's your max range, but pretty decent, all things considered. I thought I just knocked this little doodad off. Don't break your shit. I just broke my shit. I'm stupid. Either way, he's got a wrist swivel with a hinge. He's got the rotating. His gauntlets can rotate. His web shooters there. His Black Widow looking web shooters. Did she have those first, or did he have those first? I'm guessing she did, because I think she had them in the 80s. His torso can bend back that far, forward that far. He does have the diaphragm joint up in there, but it is very stiff, which is a good thing. He does tilt side to side a little bit. The vest really won't allow him to tilt very much. He's got almost a crop top going on with his hoodie, which I don't mind. It was like early 90s when this guy came out, so that's fine. Like, he's got rips and tatters all over this thing, so it's whatever. But it does almost look crop top-ish, and I know Scarlet Spider isn't really known for having that, but it doesn't bother me. I like this character quite a bit, but not enough to be all, it should be like this, man. Really, if they gave a shit, they would have remolded just the upper torso and just painted the lower torso or whatever. But, you know, Hasbro got a Hasbro. His belt is floaty. You can move it as you please. He's got freaking drop-down hips, but they don't move a ton. They're very weird. Like the Sergeant Slaughter from G.I. Joe Classified series, his drop-downs are kind of like that. So they'll move, but don't expect a lot out of it. He can kick forward, and kick back a little bit, and kick out hardly at all, which is kind of stupid. No reason for that, man. He's got a thigh cut that works. Okay. Double knee. He's got a swivel at the boot here. And yes, like most of the Renew Your Vows body buck figures before him, I did heat these up, pop them off, put a little soap in there, put them back together, and now they work very, very well. Granted, his were probably a little looser than normal, which is a good thing, because before they were just so freaking tight. Made me a little nervous to mess with them, but after popping and, you know, soaping up several of this body buck at this point, you know, I could say that this guy definitely had the best calf swivel out of all of them. He's got his little ankle pouches. What the hell do you put in there? Your pennies to pay the freaking parking meter? But he does have a hinge in the foot. Very nice and tight there, with a rocker and a toe joint. That is not too loose. It is a little bit, but not terrible. But that's your lot. And I'm going to just say that this is probably the best Scarlet Spider we've gotten. I think some people have actually taken this hoodie off and swapped the old Toy Biz one's hoodie on. Because that old Toy Biz one had like a soft goods hoodie. And, you know, if you do that, you're going to get the max range out of that torso. Which, granted, you're not missing a lot. I wouldn't advise doing that, because you kind of got to just destroy the hoodie to get it off. Or maybe if you're savvy enough, you could just pop the arms out and it'll slip right off. I don't know. I'm not going to go that far. I don't have that figure to do that anyways. But compared to the other Scarlet Spiders we've had, he is probably the best. And you'd be doing yourself a favor if you wanted a Scarlet Spider to pick this one up, because the old ones go for a hefty price tag on the secondary market. Not sure why, really. I know he's a cool character and everything, but I guess I just don't get it. But I'm glad to have this figure. I'm happy with this figure. I think they did a good job with it. I still have my opinions about the anatomy of this body, because when this figure first came out, or the Renew Your Vows body first came out, it looked a hell of a lot better on the package render than it did in hand. So it's a food for thought there. So with that being said, it is time now that we move right along and take a look at some size comparisons. First up, here is good old Scarlet Spider alongside the only other two figures I picked up from this particular Spider-Man Retro Series wave. We got the Halloweenist himself, Mr. Jack-O-Lantern to the left, and to the right, another borderline Halloween-themed character. Very Halloween-heavy wave. I didn't pick up that Hallows Eve chick, but holy shit. But we got Tombstone, and is it just me, or are Marvel Legends getting bigger? I know for a while they felt like they were getting smaller, but now it seems like they're getting bigger. I know I'm probably quoting Toy Shiz when I say that, but yeah, just look at the size of that frickin' Tombstone, man. It's funny, because I remember a time where we used to get Build-A-Figures the same size as him, which, looking back on it, a rip-off. So getting these two out of here. Bringing our two regulars, the Mythic Legion's Brother Mandibular. There. And the infamous 11 Spawn, who, as usual, towers over everyone. Although, we haven't compared him to Tombstone yet, so that's to be determined. But, with that being said, it is time now that we wrap things up. Some final thoughts. Overall, and aside from the few minor gripes I have with the Renew Your Vows Spider-Man body buck, that good old Scarlett Spider is a rockin' here. If you missed out on any of the previously released versions of Scarlet Spider that go for a hefty price tag on the secondary market, mind you, then this is by far your best bet at getting a pretty decent interpretation of the character in Marvel Legends form. It's not perfect, but for the price point, it's pretty damn good. So, with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this review. Until next time, catch you guys later.